Self, sir. Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
I've been feeding.
I know. I just wanted to make sure. All right. We're good.
What up, Bushwick? What up, Brooklyn? What up, Bushwick? What up, Brooklyn?
So I will say this.
Welcome to the Greene Central Podcast.
We
We're an
put
hour
this,
late, but it's all right.
We put this elaborate setup together, and if you thought like we thought that you were going to see some Subway Series baseball today, you're going to get hit with a...
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So we went above and beyond today to make sure that we were ready for what we feel is the beginning of a nice, long-term, competitive New York baseball era. And, of course, the first most important game is a wash. So, yeah, go ahead. I agree. But we did get this nice setup going, and it only took us a whole
3 hours.
An hour. 1 hour late. I apologize.
I was here early. Actually, I
apologize.
tried to get here earlier than normal. I tried to get here early, and unfortunately, I was told not to come so early. But, beggars can't be choosy.
I don't even want to say.
And a person.
I don't even want to say I was working. I don't even want to say if I was working. But it's more of like, I don't know. I just needed time. Like, I'm still prepping.
Wash like the Mets. Yo, bro. Yeah, I want it. Today the smoke is going to come out. Today the true finish is going to come out. Normally we say we don't do the slander for the Mets or the slander for the Yankees. Fuck that. Today the truth comes out. I don't give a shit. This weekend it ain't about fuck the Yankees. Dead ass. And you see, I want to point out something. You guys, this is the little jab. See, my hat got like the 2 championships that we had, right? So, unintentionally, this asshole wears the hat with all their championships,
I'm
and it
not,
takes like the whole fucking hat.
I'm not, but hold on. I'm not wearing it backwards. If I was wearing it backwards, that would be
my God, look at this.
that would be the real asshole
my
thing
God.
to do. But I'm not doing that. I didn't want
That
to do
fucking hat
that.
that ain't got herpes
I
on
don't
it.
want to do that.
That shit got herpes simplex in the back. Fuck that. Herpes ass hat.
You said it's listen. You know what it is? Actually, we're progressing. It's Braille. It's if you want to feel, you can feel how many championships we have if you just run your hands over the.
I don't ever hate on the Yankees until we play against y'all. And I will say this. We can afford to get swept this weekend and still be in first place. You guys need these fucking wins, dude.
You cannot afford to get swept this weekend. The Nationals are right nipping at your heels.
Fuck the
And
Nationals.
ironically, that screws us over because I definitely was hoping that we could make a trade for Scherzer. That's
Scherzer
gone. That's out the window
and
now.
Schwarber. You guys wanted both. And you had a chance to get Schwarber too, and you guys fronted.
Yeah, but
He's a fucking monster.
He is a monster. He definitely is a monster. It just didn't work out. But Scherzer's who I really had my eye on, and now that the Nats are playing good baseball, that's definitely.
You can tell that all my friends, everybody that follows the show, are all Yankee fans. I'm just getting slayed.
Not everybody.
Well, just
Come
about.
on.
IG,
Not everybody.
IG, big up to Pops underscore 02. That's my man Joey. He out in Florida now. He used to live in New York.
Also,
he's a Yankee fan. We got Joel and many.
This dude is a Met fan too.
Los, who hasn't been on the show for fucking
No. He's usually on YouTube too, but I've spoken to him a couple of times on Instagram.
Who knows?
I gotta go into the. Hold on, I'll tell you.
It doesn't matter. They're not here now. Fuck him.
He definitely will be. There's no baseball. He's definitely gonna jump in. It is. Damn it.
All right, you know what? Let's get into the show.
You're right.
First off, how
dollar bills.
Dollar bills, but dollar
I told
not
you.
here. How was your week?
Better. Now that I know that I'm going back home and I get a
Coming
break
home.
from work. So let's clap that up. I'm going back home.
Fuck it, let's not clap that
Yes, let's clap that up. It's a better internet connection.
up. Because I ain't going fucking back. I ain't got no time off from work, so we'll clap that shit up.
Wait, you just came back from vacation. You
I'm a
just came
hater.
back from vacation. What are you talking about? This guy just came back
The
from vacation.
haters in the building. The hate is real. My week sucked. While you were like relaxing because you finished your graduation, I had to bust my ass, and I had a bunch of new staff coming in on the 1st. So, my job, the
Ooh,
new
you
year.
handle training new people?
Yeah.
Oh, that
So
sucks. Okay.
on the 1st is the new fiscal year. So we're from July to June. So this week sucked for me. This is why I was so eager to start the show, because I needed to let some steam out.
I understand.
Let's get right to the bullshit.
I understand.
I just-
At least it looks nice.
Let's get right to the bullshit. So I didn't even put this on the agenda, but I forgot to. But I'm gonna bring it up anyway. So anybody that's been watching us from day one pretty knows my affection or my infatuation with the Mets not being able to make the trade for Nolan Arenado. So-
We're going back to
Yeah,
this
we're
one.
going back to this one because I want to talk about it. So Nolan Arenado right now, if Nolan Arenado was on our team, he'll be leading us in runs scored. He was second in runs scored, so Lindor, 41 to 39. He'll be first in RBIs. He'll be first in OBS. He'll be first in home runs. He'll be first in slugging. And I think he has less than a handful of errors for the year. But we didn't want to trade for him. Just wanted to start off the show by saying that. Now, I'm bringing that into because I wanted to segue. We had no intention of going after Arenado, but when it was first reported that he was on the trade market, the Mets, they're trying to engage the Mets to trade. And the Mets, of course, what did they do? They do shit. But what they did do is right after that, is the rumor came out. Not even a rumor, it was actually confirmed that the Mets were willing to offer Trevor Bauer, what was it, $45 million a
Yeah.
year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boniets!
This is what I've been thinking. So, Trevor Bauer, if you haven't heard, Trevor Bauer's having an off year, to say the least.
Well, he's not having an off year.
He's not having
baseball-wise.
last year.
It's slightly off from where he was last year.
This is
Yeah.
coming from the guy that said that he's going to be the ace of the Dodgers. Is he pitching like he's the ace?
Well, I never said he was going to be an ace of the Dodgers.
You
I
said,
said he.
oh, we got to go back to rewind the clips. You said he's going to be the ace of the Dodgers.
No, I'm going to tell you why. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't
Oh
say
my
that because I
God.
have Walker Buehler on my team. And
You said that he could be the ace.
he could be. Yeah, he could be the ace. First of all,
bum.
Walker's the only other pitcher that would be better than him. Clayton's days are best days are behind
Clayton's
him.
the pitcher good, though.
Dustin May went down. So Walker Buehler's the only one he really has to beat out there. And if you want to be technical, based off of his year last year, he should beat him. He should beat Walker Buehler.
Yeah, well, now he
but
can't
Walker's been outstanding this year. So
now he can't use that grip. So it's over. All right. So if you haven't
a lot of
heard,
pitchers have been affected by that, though.
I
Not
know.
just him.
yeah, like Garrett Cole.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good. It is true. This is true.
All right.
This is true.
We're talking
I'll
about
give you that. This is true.
we're talking about Trevor Bauer today. I don't know if you guys heard, he is being brought up on charges for sexual assault. We were listening to it earlier about the allegations and what were actually said.
I feel.
So I'm gonna say what was
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
and then we'll
'cause
get
this
into
is
it.
crazy.
All right. So a woman has come forward and stated that Bauer physically assaulted her vagina, her buttocks. He stuck his fingers down her throat.
They had sex.
Strangled her. What is that called? SDMM.
They had sex, bro. That sounds like a night of fun.
All right.
It sounds like a night of Hennessy and a Viagra. That's what that sounds like. I don't.
Well,
Tell
listen-
me what was abnormal.
Well,
there.
hold on. So, all right. So this is so the woman Trevor Bauer has the text messages. Woman has text messages as well. After their first encounter, he had knocked her out. He grabbed her by her hair and choked her out with her hair. Knocked her out. When she woke up, supposedly he was performing anal sex. there's text messages that state that she said, "Oh, I've never been so turned on. I've never been unconscious before. Let's do it again, but let's have a safe word." Now, this is where it goes from kinky to a little bit weird. So the second time they have sex, according to the woman,
So hold on, wait. So had a great time.
she wanted it again. 12 seconds.
Wanted seconds, right? Which is, let's be real, it's probably bullshit, right? She's lying. She just knows this mother effer.
Cash cow.
Yeah, this mother effer just signed
But
$100-something million contract.
Well, hold on. So she's into the S&M thing, right? He choked her out.
Wait. She thought she was
She
into
thought
which turned out to be
Bad idea.
turned out to be a bad idea.
Because the fact of the matter is, she may not have wanted it, but
I want all the smoke.
he wanted all the smoke. Anyway, the second time around, they supposedly had a safe word to.
What was the safe word? Was it pineapples? Was it pineapples?
Mets. To which the woman claims.
Well, wait. If it's Dodgers, it must have been like Padres.
No,
Padres must have been
Tatis.
Tatis.
No, Tatis probably, he probably would have hit them more.
Tatis. Oh yeah, you're right.
So supposedly they had a safe word. They agreed on a safe word, but this time Bauer got a little too aggressive and started punching her. So he punched her and knocked her out. And the woman claims that he beat her so bad that she wasn't able to scream out the safe word.
How convenient.
So she's making these charges against him again. She came to the precinct with substantial evidence of being strangulation, of bruises in her butt, of broken vagina, a broken lip. So he went in on her. The question here is, was it consensual or wasn't it consensual? I'm not gonna make a comment on it because the only people that would really know the answer to that is them two.
We can't say whether or not it was consensual
Because we really don't know.
We can say
What we think.
whether or not there was some suspect activity going on.
First off, Trevor Bauer, you're a
So-
fucking sicko, dude.
Well, hold on. Let's not
Fuck that.
let's not hound the man for knowing what he likes. Okay, my man's into some wild shit.
Dude is sick, man.
I don't know if it's
Yo,
sick.
he choked her
It's not
out.
the
Yo,
first.
think about it. He
Yo,
grabbed
first
her by
of
her
all,
hair,
hold up,
choked out
hold
by
on,
her
hold
hair,
on,
and then
hold
started
on.
butt fucking her.
Anybody that has seen 50 Shades of Grey and all the females' reactions to all how
Oh,
they
yeah,
love
that's-
all
yeah, yeah.
they love all these
You
shit.
know what's crazy? They love it until
they're
you
the
do
ones
it.
get
Yeah,
punched
until
in
you
the
doing
face.
it. Until you doing
Right?
it.
Exactly.
Yes, until you doing it.
So don't give me that bullshit. I'm sorry. And then to text,
My thing,
text
the
and
seconds,
say
coming for seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Thank you. If you text and you're coming for seconds and then you got mad because it got more interesting, guess what?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I mean,
Don't ask for seconds if you couldn't really handle the second, the second show. You know what I mean?
and the second show, he came. He
Brought the house down. He brought the house down.
Either way, this is a very fucking unique situation that I've never heard of.
I'm not gonna
before.
lie. Yeah, this is interesting because normally when we hear about athletes and these accusations, it's all kind of like it's just bad, right? It's just a bad look. But this time, it's a bad look on both sides. And then for him to get charged is the part that has me bugged out because it was like, yo, it wasn't like this wasn't planned out. Like this was planned out. It just didn't go the way it should have went.
Dude, I'm sorry. He knocked her out, kid.
Yeah, but hold on. There's a lot of details that we are not privy to.
What's the affiliation? Some people are getting choked, right?
Yeah.
I understand that, but I don't, who the fuck likes getting punched in their face?
Apparently, she did.
She didn't, but she didn't do it. All right, she claims that the first time he didn't do that. The second time they had a safe word and he started punching her in her face.
She didn't say it quick enough. I don't know what happened, bro.
I don't want to talk about this. This is about
I don't know what happened, man.
Yo, dude. Either way, man, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. He's been.
No. We're joking around. We know she didn't want to get punched in the face. We definitely know that. But
I'm just thinking about this.
I will say.
Let's say. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be her. Okay. Again, this is just.
I got a question though. Was this a date or was she a professional? Because this sounds like She was a
If
professional.
I was, it's like you could just start swinging at me, and I'm ready to say the safe word.
Yeah.
It's like. I can't- That's my visual on it. Now listen again. I'm not again. It's all fun and games. I don't know what happened. Is only thing that knows what happened is them two.
I think it sounds like she was a professional though. It sounds like she was a professional. I don't want to say that. I don't know that. I'm just saying like based off of like the actions. I don't think this is somebody who was just dating.
It sounds like some.
This sounds like Deshaun Watson and his many masseuses.
Oh, I'm definitely not getting into that shit. But he's been suspended 7 days with pay. He said he's not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight against the suspension. I mean, why would you? 7 days vacation with pay. So he's not gonna fight with it because he doesn't want to be a distraction to his team. So
No, he's not a professional boxer. He's actually a major league pitcher, which is makes it more interesting.
But the thing is that a pitcher throws 100 miles an hour or 97 miles an hour. I'm assuming when they cut
No. And his First of all,
His shoulder must be crazy.
He throws weighted balls every day to like warm up and strengthen his arm.
Yeah, so
the guy's arm is definitely
I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens moving forward with that.
I'm not gonna lie. This is one story we need to follow up on because this
sure.
the more details that come out of this gotta be crazy.
It's gonna be funny.
It's gotta be crazy.
All right, and so we'll go over the hottest news right now is sports. The second one, Sha'Carri Richardson, who won the 100 meter race in women's running. I don't know what it's called. Women's track.
No, 100 meter
track.
Yeah, 100 meters
track.
of track.
She
She was
won-
the U.S. Olympic
She was
hopeful.
the front runner.
Yeah,
To I forgot.
she's
From
the U.S.
us.
Olympic hopeful. She
Yeah.
basically won. She won first place.
And she was going to go to the Olympics. She
yeah.
was going to go to Tokyo.
She won in grand fashion.
And unfortunately,
yep.
she just has been banned for 30 days after testing positive for marijuana. She has not. She actually admits to doing it and says that, she was under duress. During her victory,
I believe her father.
Her mom
passed away. Okay.
And she didn't even know her mom passed away until a reporter came to her and told her, like, how do you feel about your mom dying after this? So that's crazy as shit.
Yo, I definitely completely understand about like losing the parent. And as somebody who, if anyone knows me, I'm not against weed. Like I don't think weed is like a this critical or negative thing. But it's very hard to defend her when you know that you are going to be tested undoubtedly.
But what does Stephen A. say? Get off the weed.
Yes.
But I will say this.
Yes.
I will say this in her defense. The race took place in Oregon. Oregon is a state that has legalized marijuana.
It doesn't matter, Josh. There's no like the athletes have to abide by a different standard. That's one. Two, Olympic athletes, especially
Olympic rules.
Because exactly, right? What happens? You're the face of a country, right?
Yeah.
You're representing the country.
Yeah.
Now, I completely agree that a lot of these rules are definitely outdated. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Olympics, they are still living in that era. Mm-hmm. And you know that going in, right? So it's not like this is new. This is not like, oh, surprise, we caught you off. Like, no. You know that you cannot smoke weed. You've been training for the last how many years for this exact moment and opportunity, and you can't stay off the weed for freaking 2 months?
I got a friend. Actually, my friend that follows the show here. Back in the days, we used to smoke. Like we used to be heavy smokers, and I quit a long time ago. I quit like my early 20s.
If you quit for a professional opportunity, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
I quit just to quit. It wasn't. It wasn't for me. Now my friend, he quit because his job that he was making a career in was random testing. And to this day, they random test. Now, this is where I agree with Stephen A. Right. Granted, I don't consider weed as being like a performance enhancing drug. You're not gonna smoke weed and then run faster or jump higher or whatever.
No, but that's why I said I understand.
No, but what I'm saying is, like what you said it, you alluded to it. If you have a job and your job says you can't do this, shit. I was applying for work in Florida and they were saying we're a tobacco-free organization. Have you smoked in the last 30 days? And I don't smoke cigarettes, so I'm like, no. But imagine if I was a person that smoked cigarettes, and my employer says, all right,
well, tobacco free. I think they were dancing
cigar,
around the.
yeah, every Thursday.
Have you smoked any marijuana in the past 30 days? They couldn't say that, but that's what they were really alluding to. They
Did
weren't
you use a Dutch
Yeah,
master
exactly.
to roll something you weren't supposed to? But I mean, this young lady, she should know better.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was so upset.
She should know
That's
better.
the part that killed me.
And even though these
Because-
celebrities
yeah.
and they're coming out,
Yes.
everybody's coming to
Yes.
say, Dwayne Wade made a very very good quote. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said something to the lady of these people are hypocrites because they're probably smoking. Not to mention they probably have investments in marijuana companies,
Facts.
but yet they want to make these rules.
Correct. I said the system.
it
The
makes
system is
sense.
an outdated system.
It makes sense, but rules are met.
Yes, it's the Ricky
All right.
Williams effect,
Yeah,
right?
They're
Like-
in play.
Like, yo, or Josh Gordon, anybody. I don't care who it is.
He's going for reinstatement too, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't care how much you love weed, bro. You have to know when, like what do you want in life? After you retire, bro, you can Willie Nelson it up. After you retire, bro, you can Willie Nelson it up, bro. You can smoke all day, every day. But if you are trying to be an Olympic athlete, yo, put the blunt down for a couple of months, bro, and go get a gold medal and change your life.
So she's eligible to do, I think, the 400 meter relay. What the fuck's wrong? Relay race in August because she's suspended for 30 days. So
Yeah, which would be an insult to her, by the way. Oh, can you help us win the gold as a whole, as a country, right? In the relay,
well,
but
Nike,
you can't run the individual.
Nike said they're not gonna avoid their sponsorship.
Of
They
course
still
not. Why? Because
But she would be a
Nike
fool.
knows better.
She would be a fool not to run that 40 relays because
she has to. She
should.
has to because it's like you have to get something out of all of the
She's
training.
21
that you did.
now, so she may have one more Olympic in her at 25.
Yeah.
She may have one, maybe, I don't know, two, but usually around 25 is when people peak. They don't usually get to the next one, so it'll be 25 and 29. So she has to make a statement now. This may be her breadwinner.
I think it's insane. It sucks, but it's not surprising. Unfortunately,
She should have known better.
it's not surprising.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
21
that's the
year.
thing.
I mean, listen, I feel for you. I mean,
Going through the personal ish that she was going through.
I know. I
Completely understand.
Yeah,
but it's like, yo, you're running that to me in my head means you're running even for a bigger purpose, and that
Yeah.
you should have the self control and the wherewithal to just be like, yo,
Yeah.
like I love this shit, but that shit is not important right
but
now.
it makes you. It makes you appreciate, like, you know, not to badmouth this young lady, but it makes you appreciate, like, when people actually go all out when somebody dies. Like when Isaiah Thomas, when his sister passed away during the Celtics playoffs,
Yeah,
he could have been out and he goes off, he's crying in the game and he drops 40.
yeah, exactly.
So
like, yeah,
it's
Yeah.
about, it's a focus thing. She's young, she's 21. Hopefully she learns from this, or maybe the rules change. But until then, you know, rules are made. You got to follow them. If not, then don't participate in what they're doing. All right.
there goes our connection again.
Listen, we're off. We're gonna keep recording, and then we'll
I know,
post the whole thing later on.
I know. It's just ridiculous that
Yeah, prioritize.
you
Joy, you're right.
pay
Exactly, prioritize.
optimum for
Yeah.
a service, and it doesn't.
Well,
even
hopefully this is our
function
last week
correctly.
here, right?
Yeah.
That's
Thankfully,
awesome. All right.
thankfully.
But
But hold on, we can't move on from the Olympics because a lot of people were saying that this is like a racial thing. I don't think that particular issue is, but I will say the shit with the swim cap, bro.
oh, that was crazy.
That's racist, bro.
Well, I don't know if
That's
it's racist.
It is racist
So-
because it goes back to that Crown Act, bro. It's your natural hair, right?
Well,
And it's not like,
Well,
yo,
they're not
how
saying
is
she
a
can't use the
bigger
cap. They're not
how
saying
is
she-
a bigger swim cap making you faster?
no, but they're not saying that they're not. If I read it right, they're not saying that she. All right, well, a black-owned company that's selling swimming gear, swimming attire, has come out and some of the Olympians that are going to be in Tokyo
Yeah.
have been wearing this swimming attire. You know, the head covers. I don't know what they're called. They look like condoms or something. You know, the head covers
It's a swimming cap. It's a swimming cap. Yeah.
It's a black-owned company, and they tried to get the Olympics to let their swimmers wear their apparel, and they were denied. So I don't know if because obviously the swimmers wear it.
So this is my thing. I'm okay with that argument if the actual company that I believe it's Oakley or whoever, no, I think it might be Speedo. I'm sorry. Whatever the Olympic brand is, if they're making a bigger swim cap for people with bigger hair,
I got you. Like with the dreads.
if they're making that, then I don't care. There's no argument here. But if the company is not making that, and the Olympics are not being sympathetic to that, like, what are you supposed to do? Cut your hair? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It goes back to, like, situation with that kid and the rest, like, you gotta cut your hair.
Shit, right?
Exactly.
And that kid was in high school or something like that.
You gotta cut your hair. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, swimming caps designed for natural black hair and created by a black-owned company will not be allowed in Tokyo. The Swimming International Swimming Federation, the FINA, rejected an application submitted last year by a British brand, Soulcap, for its products to officially be recognized.
So I want to hear the argument why they. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
why would you reject the offer?
Yeah, and
why? They're not going to tell you why, and that's the problem too. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, in their defense, right?
You couple that with the marijuana.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I don't see what the big deal is. It's not like that hat is good. Everything to me is about performance enhancing,
exactly.
Right? So you ban things so that you don't have an edge on me, right? So is this what is this? I don't know what they're called. The swimming cap. Is this swimming cap gonna make this person swim faster?
No.
So if that's not the case, then they should allow it. Hopefully this changes later on, but you gotta understand too. Swimmers, not all swimmers have short hair. These women have long hair too. They wrap it up a different way. I guess this is for like what, like maybe like dreadlocks, because it's harder. Because if you wrap it up like this,
but
like
that's the thing though. It depends on how big your hair is, and that's
the point. Coarse hair.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. You're right.
That's why I see an issue with it, because it's like I know what it is. I experienced it this past week and a half trying to get graduation caps on kids.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like you can't ask a kid to cut. You gonna ask them to cut their hair? No. So how would you ask an athlete to fit into a swimming cap that clearly was not designed for them? That was my point.
Yeah, but you know, it's almost like it takes the world a million years to catch up to shit.
Yeah.
And that's sad. But
and that's why I said the Olympics are clearly still very far behind. Very far behind.
It's sad. All right, moving on. Let's get into our Mets and Yankees talk, and then we'll get Mets and Yankees talk NBA playoffs. So the Mets, I think we've had the worst day in, I would say, New York baseball.
No.
Ever the other day.
Why was it a doubleheader?
No. I mean Yankees and Mets. When I say New York, baseball,
yeah.
So the Yankees blew, I think, what it was, an 8-point lead in the ninth inning.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an 8-run lead. They were winning 8-something, and then they gave up.
He walked in a run.
Yeah, he gave up a grand slam.
Hold on, because they had to be up by 5 because.
Yeah, I'll bring it up right now just so we can be.
All right, if you don't know, Chapman the other night he walked in the tying run with bases loaded, and then he gave up a grand slam. So that's 5 runs to tie the game. And then ultimately,
they gave up 7 in the ninth.
Yeah, and
7 in the ninth. That's outrageous.
After the grand slam, they scored 2 more and they lost. Now, as egregious as that is, I mean, it's sad that I thought the Yankees won that game, but
you would think that's enough to take the worst for New York.
But on the other side, the Mets lose 20-2.
I would argue the Yankees' loss is worse.
The Yankees' loss is more hurtful.
No, it's worse.
You thought it was in the bag.
You gave up 7 runs with your closer in the game.
Yeah, it is worse.
I would argue that's worse.
Yeah, I mean, we had our center fielder, Mora, come in and pitch because we were like, fuck it, we're getting killed. Let's just throw anybody out there.
Yeah, but position plays, that always happens. If you get
you're
destroyed
killed, yeah.
like that,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
waste the arm. Let me just
yeah,
throw this out.
exactly.
So what was that? Wednesday, Tuesday this week?
That was actually, if it was the same day, it was Wednesday. Yes.
Wednesday this week.
Let's see how bad it was. Yeah, it was
22.
pretty bad. It was
22,
pretty bad.
I'm telling you.
Because it was 11-2 after 5. So
It was just
at
ugly.
that point,
It was just ugly.
after 4, it was 11-2. That's
Yeah, it was
crazy.
ugly. It was ugly.
Yeah, it was bad.
Because
All right.
Peterson,
So
it was just
at
ugly.
that point,
it was just ugly.
after 4, it was 11-2. That's
Yeah, it was
crazy.
ugly. It was ugly.
Yeah, it was bad.
Because
All right.
Peterson, our starting pitcher, gave up
Yeah.
like 4 runs in the first 2 innings, something like that. So that was a bad day in sports.
It was a dark day.
Yeah, it was a dark day. Of course, my fucking team. Damn, I don't even know who's worse. Both of us, we couldn't hit a fucking beach ball right now.
Right now, I would say
We have the Mets have the worst offense in the National League. I don't know if it's in
I
the
don't
American
know,
League.
man.
But in the National League, we have the worst
Our
offense.
starters have been just like, it's so bad that I would probably take David Peterson at this point right now. It's pretty bad.
I think you guys started off good. I don't know. Is this guy still hurt? The old
Sevy, yeah, Severino.
Severino's
Yeah,
hurt.
he's hopefully
What
coming
about
back.
what about the guys?
Hopefully
the
coming
guys
back.
that you guy that you signed from Texas.
Kluber, he's done. He's probably, fingers crossed, he could make it back for the end of the year. And at this point right now, it's optimistic to say playoff run, but hopefully, if there's a playoff run.
And the curse of Bobby Bonilla.
Oh no, we have to
Bobby
celebrate that. Let's
Bonilla
clap it up.
is-
We have
yeah.
to celebrate that.
Yeah.
We have to celebrate that. We have to celebrate that.
It's
One of the best contracts in sports history.
And you know
right
what I
there.
like? You know what I love about
Bobby
you know what
Bonilla
I love
Day.
about Steve Cohen? He embraced it. So there's a commercial that was on SNY
Yeah.
for Bobby Bonilla Day. You can Airbnb City Field, like you get into the
Yeah,
contest,
yeah.
and you can stay overnight in City Field.
He didn't embrace it. He was trying to figure out a way to make that money back. He's like, yo, I'm not paying for this shit.
No, but you don't have to pay for it. It was like a contest, and then you get to meet.
No, I'm joking.
You get to
I'm
meet
joking.
Bobby Bonilla. I'm saying you get to meet Bobby Bonilla, and you
Yeah.
stay overnight.
You don't meet him though, by
But
the way.
where the fuck do you sleep?
He greets you virtually. He greets you virtually. It's like if you ever been to a casino and you know when you go into the room and you turn on the TV, they make you feel like they're greeting you personally, but they're really not. It's just like a automated system that just knows your name.
Yeah.
So when you get into the room, Bobby
You're
Bonilla
just
is
milking
gonna
this shit. I'm trying
virtually-
to make a good run of you milking it. Well, listen, I call it the curse of Bobby Bonilla because we.
It's not a
No,
curse though.
Let me tell you why. Because the Mets almost invariably always have somebody on their roster that they're paying a shit ton of money and they never play. Mo Vaughn, he
Yeah.
never played.
They're not the only ones though. The Yankees have
No.
been there.
I'm talking about that. They never play. What's the guy's name? What's his name? Jared.
No, Jason Bay.
Jason Bay.
Oh my God,
What's
Jason
the
Bay.
what's the if some man, if you watch him, what's the switch hitter that he's on Oakland now? He was on Oakland. We got him. He was hurt for 2 seasons. We paid him a shit ton of money. Didn't play not one. He played 2 games.
Ooh, I'm
and now
curious.
He's,
Now I
he's
want
back.
to know this name.
And now he's back
I
on.
want to know this. Hold on, wait a
Atlanta.
minute.
I'll find it.
I want to know this.
And then now, Dylan Betances.
Yo,
Again,
Yo.
paid him a shit ton of money. He's
not
playing-
a shit ton of money, but
Dude,
a
we-
decent amount of
nobody
money.
was-
You paid him.
nobody's
you
gonna pay him that. We
Yeah,
paid him 12 a
nobody,
year.
Nobody, yeah.
Nobody's gonna pay him that.
And for what was
And
it,
the
like
Yankees-
2 innings,
Dude,
bro? That's bananas.
for nothing. And now he has shoulder injury.
Yeah.
His career's probably over.
Yeah, he is.
He's done for the. And then
Too many nights while in Uptown and Dykeman. That's. I mean, listen, man, bro. First
Jed
of all,
Lowry.
Yeah.
Jed Lowry. So Jed Lowry's the infielder. We paid a shit ton of money for. Not a shit ton of money, but we gave him a decent amount of money. And
I don't
he,
remember that, like him getting that much money from.
Yeah,
really?
he got some money, and he didn't play. He played maybe a handful of games. Cespedes gave him the big contract. They didn't play. It's like the Mets just say, you know what? Look at Cano. Let's just pay these people and let's just not. Let's
But
let's
that's
let's
the
donate.
To me,
That's
was
what I
the
call the
beauty.
Bonilla curse.
Yeah, but that was the beauty of this year. The beauty of this year is that it's like a whole new notebook now. You get to
A
stop.
whole new checkbook, actually.
You get to stop living in these nightmares, Josh. You don't. Mets fans do not have to live with these nightmares anymore. All right.
I have a nightmare because
Actually, I shouldn't
What
say
happened
that.
with Arenado?
No.
That nightmare already happened.
Until Lindor fully comes around, I'll
Yo.
reserve that.
if this is the Lindor, all right. So I'm gonna be on a positive note. He is a good leader, but he's definitely not leading by example. He's a great defender, so he's doing that. But he can't.
He's a great model.
He's a great model.
He's a great model.
He got, I guess, nice hair. I don't.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Don't even get me started. Listen, but Pete Alonso is supposed. He has 12 home runs.
I think guys are too harsh on.
Basher, I think he has 12 home runs. Again, Arenado would be leading us in hits, in RBIs, in home runs,
And he'd also be leading in salary also.
I don't think
he'd
so.
be up there in salary.
Lindor still makes more money now. Yeah, but I mean, with that, so you know what you do? You subsidize. So you say, okay, he's making his money. Remember, like I said, I keep repeating myself because this trade is never. It's gonna be in my head for the rest of my life. You could have added. They gave peanuts to fucking St. Louis. St. Louis gave them peanuts. You could have said, you know what? Instead of giving us money, take this Cano contract, and we're good. And we'll give you a bunch of peanuts too. And then you know what you do. Unfortunately, you let Conforto walk next year, and you keep Arenado on the contract. You have your left side of your field would have been set for the next, I don't know, 8 years. Instead, you want to try to sign Bauer for $45 million. Like, all right, you got anything to say about your Yankees? I think. And by the way, I'm not a Yankee fan, but I think they should blow the whole shit up.
No,
I think they should blow it up.
No.
Blow it up.
No. You can't blow it up. We actually are built with interchangeable parts, and if you take out somebody, you could actually replace them. We need starting pitching. Period.
I would say I know I'm probably not gonna be popular, and I'm as a Met fan, I can't really talk for the Yankees, but I would trade Aaron Judge, and I'm gonna tell you who I would trade Aaron Judge for. I'll trade Aaron Judge for. You
can't trade him though.
I would trade Aaron Judge if possible for Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo is a better outfielder. He's gonna be a
listen.
He's a better outfielder. He has only missed.
I am not going to hold Mets fans accountable
Have you
for
seen
Josh's
Joey Gallo?
comments.
Have you seen Joey Gallo's?
Listen,
Joey Gallo at least is healthy.
Listen,
he's
I'm
lefty, better defender.
I am not going to say that Josh speaks for all Mets fans,
dude,
with that baseball knowledge.
I would take Gallo and a pitcher, and I would get rid of Judge. I don't got to worry about signing this guy. Gallo's got another 2 years on his contract. He's younger. The only thing that's bad about Gallo, he strikes out.
And defense. His defense is not the same as Aaron Judge.
He's Gold Glover. What are you talking about? He won a Gold Glove last year.
Okay. Where?
At right field.
In right field or
right field.
Okay.
So so what you're doing is you're getting 2 years younger. Do I think Gallo is better than Judge? Fuck no. Am I got a brain aneurysm? Hell no. But he plays better defense than him. If you
he doesn't play better defense. You're crazy.
Judge doesn't have a Gold Glove. Gallo does. So that says enough right there. If let's say he doesn't play better defense than him. Let's equate it. Let's say they play the same defense. Okay. He hits as many home runs as Judge. He's played in at least 140 games. 140 games in 3 of the last 4 seasons. Come on, dude.
Yo, thank you. Say I'll read what they put. Fuck out of here.
Man, you gotta be smart. How much money are you paying Judge next year? How much money are you paying Judge next year?
It doesn't matter.
How much money are you paying
Judge? Gallo's got to get paid too. He's gonna be
in 2 years. 2 years from now, you got to pay Judge next year. How much money are you gonna pay Judge? I'm just saying. How much money is Judge is going to be 30 years old this year.
There's talk that he may not even get paid, unfortunately.
Somebody's going to pay him.
No, I know somebody's going to pay him. I don't know if the Yankees pay him.
This is what I'm saying. So if the Yankees aren't going to pay him.
If
the Yankees are going to end up Bletchley Park.
Position players, when their contract is up, they don't really garner much when it comes to trades.
Listen.
Pitching.
The Angels are fucking feeding for some bats. Next year you're gonna get,
but they're not really in it. And
that guy,
what
that
are we gonna
spends
get back?
money.
I know, but
that owner spends money.
The prospects that they have, they're not going to give up for a
I'm talking
part season rental.
No. I'm not talking about trades. I'm talking about if the Yankees don't trade him, then they gotta pay him. If they don't pay him and he walks,
the Angels wouldn't pay him. They already have outfielders.
They lost. Upton is gone.
Their prospect coming up now is an outfielder.
Upton's contract is gone. But
no, Joe Adell is the outfielder also.
All right, so then but Judge, okay, we have to agree to this. Judge, as great as an outfielder he is, he's eventually going to have to go to DH. He doesn't stay healthy.
I don't think he's as bad as Stanton.
I'm not saying that either. But he's 30 years old. Stanton is, I think, a year older than him. Maybe younger than him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but Stanton
And he's going to be
is
30
like
this
a
year.
robot.
I'm saying
It's
he's going to be 30 this year. So he's going to want minimally a 6-year deal.
What model was Schwarzenegger in the Terminator?
T100?
Yeah, he's the
T1, he's
the
a
old.
T1,
He's the
He's a T1.
Stanton is the T1. All right, he's too.
If you
stiff.
guys are going to let Judge walk, then I think that you should try to trade him then.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just telling you right now, it's not even about letting him walk. It's about what you have that makes sense. The Yankees are probably not going to sign him if the number is too crazy, and I don't blame them because they have Clint Frazier under control.
Hold on. Clint,
have-
bum-ass Frazier?
You
You
got
still believe in
no,
Frazier?
but it's that you have to understand something. You have to think besides money. You have to think about building a team.
The best thing about Frazier is his cleats.
Yeah, but the teams that look at the Rays. The Rays win.
Yes.
They don't spend a crap ton
I
of money.
understand that, but you already got the money. You already got the money here, right? This is what I'm telling you. What you
No,
make perfect
but
sense.
just because you have the money doesn't mean you have to go give it away. How's that
Ice.
Lindor deal working right now?
Ice, listen,
it
you know what?
doesn't make
And I'm
sense.
gonna give you this for that. I'm not saying that. And Lindor, I think, will eventually turn it around. Lindor's a cornerstone for a team. Hopefully, that's what we're hoping for.
Yes.
I'm not saying that.
And Judge is probably going to get paid too, but I don't.
But
If
if
you
you're not
have
gonna pay Judge,
outfield,
if you're not
if
gonna
you
pay Judge.
have if you have a lot of outfielders, and you have probably who's going to be one of
You
the
got
number
Hicks.
one prospects.
You got Hicks.
Jason Dominguez is also
Yeah.
an outfielder.
You got Hicks, and you got who's the other one? There's another center fielder that's nice. Not
Exactly.
Dominguez is another one.
no, not Flores. He's
Flores.
He's doo-doo. He's doo-doo.
Play one game, dude.
Yeah, but he's doo-doo. Just trust me. Yeah, I'm just.
All right.
He's not going to get burned over Clint Frazier
But-
or Andujar.
And by the way, Talkman is killing in San Francisco.
Yeah, but we couldn't use him. That's again, we have too many outfielders.
All right, so Judge is the face of the franchise right now.
Yeah,
Not the best player. The best player is probably Garrett Cole, but he's the face of the franchise. This is that's what I'm telling you. If you guys have in your mind that there's going to be a number that you can't reach, and Judge, just based on his being able to sponsor, and being able to show him out there, he can be the face of a franchise. That right there would show me that a team might sign him. Shit, to be honest,
But I'm gonna tell you
to be
why.
honest, with you,
Hold on.
this fucking team right here, which I would be pissed, we would probably go after
yeah,
him.
and as they should,
We would probably-
as they should.
But
Because
why-
what
no,
are you
no.
guys missing?
All right, we have right-handed
A
bats.
strong, no, but also a strong outfielder. Also,
Well, we have Conforto. So for that, recycle Conforto. At least Conforto plays every game.
Bruh.
It depends how much Conforto is going to garner.
Just hit
in
me
the
out.
market.
This right. Fast forward. It's the off season. Now you have Lindor was definitely going to be somebody the Yankees are going to target.
For sure.
All right, that didn't happen. Now you got Story, Seager, right?
I think Seager's going to go to San Francisco.
Hold on, but just hear it out.
Okay, go ahead.
If the Yankees have a chance to sign Seager, they're going to take Seager and let Judge walk. Why? Because Seager fits the lineup, the defense, everything else better.
There's Seager's another one that can't stay on the field.
I understand, but I'm just telling you from a baseball standpoint.
No, I understand. There's a shit
signing
you got
signing Seager
hold on,
will
besides
make
Seager,
more
and you can strike out a lot
sense.
of it. You got Seager, you got Baez, you got Story, you got Simmons. You got a lot of guys that's going to be free agents next year. Shortstop is going to be heavy.
I think Simeon is also going to be another free agent
Yeah,
also.
free agent, Simeon.
I know.
I said Simmons.
But-
I meant Simeon. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. He's gonna. So you got about 4 or 5 guys that you could possibly go after. So far, it looks like Correa has not come close with numbers with Houston. Baez has not come close with.
But his
numbers.
numbers, his numbers don't warrant what he thinks he's going to get. Seager numbers actually do line
Well,
up.
Baez is number.
And Lindor, even though I joke around with you, I know he'll come around.
Yeah.
His numbers speak for themselves. Also,
Yeah, but
as far as career.
Baez is.
No, Baez.
Baez- You think so?
Defensively, amazing.
He got 19 home runs.
He's one of
I
those
think- hold on,
guys.
let me see. I
He's
think
one of those clubhouse
20
guys.
Dude, I think he got 20 some home
Yeah, I
runs.
know, but he's look at the strikeouts. Look at the Baez is like an enigma, man. Baez is a great clubhouse guy. He's a guy that you want on your team, but he's not a guy that you build your lineup around.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. For the Yankees don't need somebody to build a line
No,
run.
no.
They need somebody to put in.
But again,
And
if
he's a
you're
leader.
paying somebody,
18 home runs.
if you're yeah. How many strikeouts, Josh?
18 home runs.
How many strikeouts?
49 RBIs.
How many strikeouts?
10 steals.
How many strikeouts?
What is the strikeouts? Yeah, I know he gets struck out.
How many strikeouts? 2021. How many
Oh,
strikeouts?
this year.
No, how many?
Wow.
Right there. How many?
107.
107. And how many at bats?
285. Ooh.
All right, that is absurd, my man.
Ooh.
All right, he's lucky he's still in the majors.
If if I had a choice of who the Mets should trade for, I told you Arenado would have been my first choice. My second choice, but I know he's totally out of the question, is the third baseman at Oakland.
Chapman.
But they're not getting rid of he has a 2-team friendly contract. But you know who I wouldn't mind, and people fail to realize that he was a third baseman before he went to right field? Nick Castellanos.
Yes,
And the Reds might blow that shit up.
He's not great defensively. He's not great
He's
defensively.
better than what we have there.
He definitely is.
He's better than what we have.
He's definitely is a trade chip. I don't know. I don't know if he gets
Because
dealt.
we could put him at third base, right? And then put him at third base for the rest of the season. See what he does. If he struggles,
Yeah,
then we let Conforto walk, throw him at right field, and we're good.
I think you guys are in the same boat that we're in with Judge. I think you're gonna let Conforto walk, and I don't blame you.
I think his market, because of his agent, he's gonna price himself away from us. We're gonna say we can't.
But that's the problem. He's inconsistent, and that's what kills him. But again, his agent has to do what's best for him.
Yeah, of course. I
don't blame him. I don't think it's good.
Well,
Story is a great fit.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think Story's a good fit.
I think he's gonna. I think his numbers, money is gonna be too much.
Corey Seager is a better fit.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think he leaves the West Coast unless the Yankees offer him some crazy money. And
They
Hal's
will.
already said that
They will.
somebody got to
Yeah,
go.
they
So
will.
he may not, depending on how if they could get him, if
If
you get rid of Hicks' contract,
no, why? That contract is actually a team-friendly contract, and we can use him. Gardner will retire this year. Hicks takes that role.
at left field,
No, just like the
glue guy?
The glue guy. Yeah, Hicks takes that role.
so he's not going to start.
So
You think of Dominguez?
no, I think he starts. But if for some reason Frazier starts to look like Frazier, and like, I think.
So
he
who do you
starts.
see as the outfield? Who is
I
the
see him in center field.
Who's the
next
Yankees
year. Next year,
outfield?
center field.
Right now, who's the Yankees outfield right now? Next year,
Right now,
opening day.
next year is gonna be a good question, because it all depends about right field. I think you got Frazier in left. I think you have Hicks in center, and I'm not gonna lie. It depends on how maybe they move Frazier to right and then put Andujar in left. It really depends on how Andujar's bat plays out the rest of this year. 1, 2.
What if Judge does a team-friendly contract?
If Andujar, I don't think he does. Even though I think he would love nothing more than to retire a Yankee, I think his value, like his numbers this year, are great. Are just awesome. I think he's gonna get a really good offer from somebody else.
He's over 200.
Yeah,
He probably gets.
and
probably
just
gets crazy
he's the face. Like any team he goes to, he automatically becomes the face of that
So,
franchise.
At 30 years old, Cano signed a 10-year contract at 30 years old, right?
Yeah, and
And he got what, like 300, so like 275 or something. Like
the
that.
Yankees made him a strong offer, but $60 million is hard to walk away
Yeah,
from, and that's
yeah,
I think the same thing is going to happen with Judge
Yeah,
again.
so I think
the Yankees make a strong offer, but they can't beat an offer from somebody else, and financially it makes sense.
I just hope you look at the teams that are going to offer him that type of money, right? I don't think Boston will offer him that type of money because Boston is good with what they have.
Yeah,
These young talented guys. I see either Anaheim offering him that money. I hope, but I see maybe Cohen just to say he got one on the Yankees, just as his second year.
to who? To Judge?
Yeah, because they're just stupid. Like, I wouldn't do it.
No. That's being responsible.
No,
As a responsible franchise,
I would go after
and
a
if
third
you
baseman.
have a need,
I would go after third baseman. I don't think we need an outfielder. I'll go after third baseman because we could always keep Dom at left. I mean, he hasn't been the greatest, but he's solid.
but Dom is another
But you
inconsistent player.
you can put Nemo at right. I mean, just to save the money
Yeah.
and invest the money on the third baseman. Like maybe we sign one of these shortstops and convert them to a third baseman. Maybe we talk to Lindor and say, "Hey, would you be willing to go to third base?" I doubt that'll happen.
No,
but I'm
you
saying
don't put one of the game's best shortstops at third base.
Javi has played second. Javi has played third. Javi has played center field. So he might what Correa.
Hold on, Javi would be a great pickup for you guys. So you could throw him anywhere.
Correa also he plays third base in the World Baseball Classic. So he has a strong fucking
This is the thing, though. I get what you're saying, but we have to be realistic about what we're asking players to do. They're not going to ask Lindor to move from short.
No, I was a
You're
joke.
not going to ask Correa, even if you sign him. It's not like an A-Rod situation.
He would.
No, but there's a difference.
He would.
A-Rod was at the tail end of actually, I shouldn't even say
he
that.
wasn't. He was still in his prime.
Yeah, he was still.
But he was
still
like,
in his prime. I should say that.
I'll move.
This is just exact. No, we just needed.
Cal
a third
Ripken
baseman.
moved. A lot of guys move.
I don't know if they need to move.
I think Correa will move. I think. Remember, the relationship with Lindor is there too. So if Lindor's recruiting him and saying, "Come on, let's play,"
I think Houston would be stupid to let Correa leave. You already let Springer leave. I
think
don't
if
Houston
Houston doesn't make, I think if Houston doesn't have a long playoff run, ALCS, World Series, I think Correa might be gone. Because I think Correa, just like Springer, during the season they show their talent. They're great players. In the playoffs they shine, and those guys get paid. Springer got paid because of his playoffs experience and what he did in the playoffs. Because during the season he's injury prone. Correa's injury prone, but in the playoffs these guys fucking OD.
I still think the.
I mean, who's their best season player? I mean, it's Bregman.
What I'm curious. I mean, I think the Yankees will still make it work, but the dream scenario would be for them to target somebody like Seager and get Gleyber Torres back at second. I think him back at second is what is the best fit.
But that's why he's not hitting. He's in his head.
I think having LeMahieu all over the place back like it was initially intended to be is great. I think Voit, you could flip between LeMahieu and Voit at first, and the DH, you could flip that around. Mm-hmm. I really think targeting somebody like Seager is the best play. I think Story would be an option, but I don't know if it's the best option. It may be like a fallback option. I think Seager, I mean, they definitely wanted Lindor. They wanted to target one of these elite shortstops. Even Correa, I think, would be a great fit also.
I mean, the reason I don't think they're a fit, because the Yankees, listen, whether you want to admit it or not,
Gleyber's not a shortstop.
No, he's not.
He's a better second.
But the Yankees are a very right-handed. They're a right-handed team. They need to start throwing left-handed bats in there, switch hitters in there.
Well, that's that.
So this is what
that's the point of them targeting Frankie or Seager.
But exactly. That's why I would try to get Seager. This is why it's not that it's not a good fit. I mean, those guys are great. They're gonna be good fits anywhere they go, and they're young. Like none of them. Like I think the youngest one is Correa. I think Seager might be the youngest one. It's Seager and Correa. They're both in their mid to early 20s. I think the oldest one is Baez. I think Baez is 30.
What you said is exactly why I think the Yankees dropped the ball by not signing Schwarber. I know that they didn't want to pay that much, but clearly, looking at it now, hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah.
But they thought that they were going to have Hicks. Hicks getting hurt really hammers home how bad we could have used Schwarber in that lineup.
And with Monday quarterbacking too.
Yeah, of course. Hindsight is always 20/20. Hindsight is always 20/20. And to be fair, I was one of those that thought Hicks was actually going to have a bounce back year. I even drafted him. No, I held on to him. I had him in my keeper league. I held on to him thinking that he was going to bounce back, and he just bounced back to the injured list.
Well, the Yankees made that low key trade for Tim DeCastro.
The outfielder they picked up from the Diamondbacks.
No, he's like a super utility guy.
Yeah.
And I think he's
that make it so. What is that?
But I think
that speaks to my point about the Rays. All these other teams where they just try to get guys that they can plug in at different spots.
I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and I know people. Again, I said they should trade Judge. You don't agree with me.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking,
again. Go back on the history. Go back to the history. Look at the deals for Machado. Look at the deals for.
No. I'm not saying. You don't
get anything back.
if they can get back a Joey Gallo for Judge, I'm saying pull the trigger. I'm not saying they should do it, and I don't. If I'm Texas, I'm not doing it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're not doing that.
But what if
This is not the show, Josh.
No, I hate it. I'm throwing scenarios.
This is not the show. This is not PlayStation, Josh.
I'm throwing scenarios.
This is real world.
I'm throwing scenarios. What about this trade? And I know you're gonna think I'm insane. And this is it will hurt me probably more than it would hurt you. But being that the Mets do need a right-handed bat, they need a strong right-handed bat. And you guys I believe you guys don't need power. You need a pesky hitter that's going to get on base. That's going to, that's what you guys need. So I was saying, would you trade, let's say, Glaber to the Mets? Again,
They're not trading Glaber to
no, of course not. He's the fuck. I'm just saying. But listen,
Yeah.
hold on. It was Glaber and Duhar and Clint Frazier for DeGrom. And they said no. And in hindsight now, if you had Cole with DeGrom, your pitching problems would be out the fucking window. And you can replace those three guys. I mean, think about it. You can replace
Glaber
and
Yeah.
Duhar and Frazier for DeGrom. And they said no.
Well, who allegedly made this deal?
This is
or who
like
turned
2
it
years
down?
ago. It's like when Cespedes was hurt, the Mets was going downhill. Yankees was looking for a starting pitcher. And this is before Cole was on his way over there.
If this deal is real,
In hindsight, now you pulling that
Yeah.
fucking trigger. You're like, oh, now we got.
I
now
think,
be the
no,
two
but
best pitchers.
honestly, I think even at that time,
Again,
I-
it was just speculation.
even at the time, no,
it was
hold
just
on.
speculation. It was a point
Because
where they had to
If
resign.
this is the same time that Wheeler is looming free agent, and they didn't pull this, I would have figured out a way to get Wheeler in there also.
Yeah, I think all right. So same thing. So Glaber, I think Duhar and Glaber were both rookies. It might have been their rookie year, so they were both having great years. Frazier was just a prospect.
Yeah.
DeGrom was coming off his first Cy Young, or he was on his way to win his first Cy Young. There was rumors that the Mets weren't going to pay him because of the fucking Will Ponds, the scumbags they are, and they had,
which is believable.
and they had Syndergaard, who was going to be under contract for whatever amount of time. So they had a bunch of pitchers that they were going to be controlled, and DeGrom was coming up on free agency. So that was the rumor. Now, in hindsight, because you want to talk about hindsight, you can replace those other players. And Duhar, he's just starting to hit. You could have replaced him. Frazier, we already know. And then you have... And then, so it would be pretty much Glaber. I'm just saying, if you, again, the trade I was trying to propose, I would say Glaber for, let's say, McNeil and maybe a pitcher. Now again, if I'm the Mets, I wouldn't trade McNeil. McNeil is like one of our better hitters, and our pitching is what's keeping us in first place.
I feel like you are you playing the show at home?
No. Actually, I haven't turned on my. I'm ready to sell my play. Yo, Craig, let me know if you want to play.
It sounds like you're trying to play the show right now.
I'm just thinking about what makes because today is definitely the
when-
Subway Series
when
talk.
you're playing the show and you put these trades right, and they get like the
so
system
you're telling me
automatically
you're telling me right
rejects
now McNeil would not help the Yankees.
you could give us McNeil and Lugo for Glaber, and that trade thing would go.
Okay,
You could give us McNeil and Lugo,
I'm just saying, no problem.
and
This is what you would
and
say.
the trade
This
bot
is what
would go.
This is what you were saying. This is what everybody was saying 3 years ago. When I was talking to a friend of mine.
That trade makes sense.
When I was talking to a friend of mine,
But-
and he said, "You're gonna trade Glaber for DeGrom? We could get a pitcher." Now DeGrom is the best pitcher in baseball by far.
Well, hold on. I wouldn't go whatever that guy said. I wouldn't go with that.
No,
It was
multiple
those
people.
three.
Multiple
And
people. And
this
the three.
is the year that Miggy,
the very next year, and
Miggy
Duhar gets hurt.
Miggy finished runner-up in Rookie of the
No,
Year.
no, actually, I think Duhar won the Rookie of the Year.
No.
Glaber finished rookie. Glaber
No,
finished second.
Otani won Rookie of the Year,
And Duhar was
and
second.
Duhar was second place.
No, I think Otani got hurt.
No, and he still finished in first because he played both sides of the ball.
I could have sworn Duhar won.
And in hindsight, speaking of hindsight, that decision looks hella right because I was furious that I felt Andujar got robbed. And when you look at the year Otani's having right now, I'm not even arguing that anymore. The baseball writers made the right decision.
Yeah, that guy is a beast. That guy, he's fucking.
He's special. He's special. He's definitely special.
All right, so let's talk about forget about hindsight.
But-
You don't like my trade. Let's move the.
No,
fuck
no,
up.
that trade in hindsight now, of course, you're like, what? That's a steal. But at the time, I could understand why there was some pushback because it was 3, maybe 2 for 1, but the 3 for 1 is like tough. And considering the fact that Gleyber Torres is so young and already in the league.
Yeah, but with these prospects, it's tough because Ahmed Rosario, who's actually having a better year than Lindor behind the plate, is fucking insane.
He's having a better year than Gleyber Torres also, by the way. Hold on.
But Ahmed Rosario was the number 1 prospect for like 2 years that he was in front of Gleyber. And, we see how that shit happened. We see what happened there. All right, let's move on. That was our baseball for the day. We'll see what happens moving forward.
I don't know if that could be our baseball for the day. Look at the background, Josh. I don't think that could be all our baseball for today.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll be taking jabs all day long.
Oh, man. If you tuned in like we tuned in looking for Mets-Yankees Subway Series today.
And just like that,
sorry, man.
Just like that, we had a rain delay too.
Yeah, we had a rain delay, but we our game moved forward. Exactly. All right, we're still having the game. All right.
NBA playoffs. Like once again, I'm gonna say it. This has been one of the most entertaining NBA playoffs that I've seen in the last.
Every time we talk about the NBA playoffs this year, I think you have to lead it off with NBA playoffs. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's dope. It was great. So during this week, I think I was still on the Clippers bandwagon. I said I think the Clippers are gonna beat the Suns. I will say this: Boy George, besides those 2 missed free throws, did redeem himself. Had an excellent series, and overall.
Wait, did you lose a bet again? What was the bet?
I didn't bet.
Okay, all right.
I think me and Joe.
Was that the boxing?
We never got the boxing.
We never. Yeah, wait. I just want to know if you were right or wrong. No,
we didn't do it yet. We didn't do it yet.
But were you right or wrong?
It didn't come out yet.
It didn't come out yet. That's what.
It's Wilder versus Fury. Joe and I got $100 on it.
And you have.
I'm not saying it on the show. I'm not saying it. Fool me once.
He knows if he says it on the show, it's over.
You gotta relax.
Chris Paul. Game. What is that? Game 6. He goes.
I feel like he's getting on. I want to stop. I feel like he's getting more credit than he should. Like, did he turn it on? Yeah, he turned it on when the game was pretty much over.
No, that's not true. They were up by 7.
Yeah, he made some big shots.
They went up by 7. He went on for the fourth quarter.
The game was pretty much in control when he went off.
Boogie Cousins hits a fadeaway 3 to end the third quarter. I believe the Clippers were up by 7 at that point. They came out. I think the Clippers.
The Clippers weren't up by 7. They were down by 7. Exactly.
But they were up by like 17. They were up by a lot. They brought it down to 7. Like the momentum was going to the Clippers in L.A.
Yeah, he makes a couple big shots.
And then he turns it on.
Yeah.
He turns it on. And after that, I think DeMarcus Cousins hits him, gets a technical for elbowing him, and then that's it. After that, the game just went south. But he scored 41.
Didn't that shove happen also?
I don't remember what it was.
Patrick Beverly?
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
That was wild.
I didn't
you
see
gotta,
the shove.
You got to look that video.
No. I seen the shove.
Yeah,
when I was watching the game, I didn't catch the shove because what was I watching?
That should look like some above the rim shit.
I think I was watching the Met. I think I was watching the Met game too. So I was going back and forth. So I didn't see But
that
yeah,
was wild.
But congratulations to Chris Paul.
Yes.
36 years young.
Clap it up for the Wally veteran.
And he's going to his first championship. I will say this though. The over emotional, like he made it seem like he won the title. Like you got there.
Where he won that game
in LA?
Where he won that game is why people didn't get that. Where he won that game,
I didn't get it.
Is severely emotional
I didn't
for
get it.
him.
You told me right now, I didn't get it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, no, and I can understand that. But where he won that game is super emotional for him. He spent quite a bit of time in that Clippers uniform, and pretty much became the brand that he is now. In L.A. in that market.
He was good in New Orleans.
It wasn't a question of whether him being good. He became
marketable. You mean like right?
Yeah. That's when he became State Farm, Chris Paul, Lob City.
Yeah.
Like that made Chris Paul the Chris Paul that we know now. He was always great. It wasn't a question of him being great, but he never played in a market that big before.
Yep.
Right? So he had a lot of emotion. He felt like a couple of teams that he had there, rightfully so, could have went deep. Right?
Yeah. And injuries fucked him over a lot.
I feel like
injuries definitely hurt him up.
Yeah, I feel like him winning there was definitely something that meant a lot to him, and I knew it. I saw it. Now the way he acted was kind of whack. I get what you're saying there. I felt like it was more about him and less about the team, and I felt like he got too into that moment.
Yeah, but then he said he gave Booker his flowers. He gave Ayton his flowers.
Yeah,
after. Yeah, I know. I know. You saw how Lil Wayne and him were like all up. And when it happened, I was like, "Well, Lil Wayne is a Laker fan." What I forgot is that he started his career in New Orleans, and Lil Wayne used to go to all his games. So I thought that was dope. Yeah, congratulations to the Suns.
So it was almost like everything came full circle for him. You know what I mean?
Came full circle. Now let's get into the other series. First and foremost, that fucking referee, man. If I was Trae Young, I would have kicked him in the nuts or something. So in Game 3, the game is they're still going back and forth. It looks like it's going to be competitive. Was it game? Yeah, Game 3, very competitive.
Yeah.
And the referee, I guess the referee had his foot barely inbounds, and Trae Young steps on his foot, twists his ankle, and from there forward, it was like, it seemed like Atlanta just lost its gas. They lost Game 3. They came back to win Game 4.
The conspiracy theory?
No, I don't think it was a conspiracy theory. It's just, if I'm Trae Young, I'm fucking pissed. I'm out of because of this stupid fucking ref. Even though it's not the ref's fault, but you stepped on the ref's foot.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think you can really make it that big a deal. Like I've seen coaches literally on the court.
Yeah.
Like I've seen coaches literally on the court most of the time.
But it'll suck that he's out for the playoffs for that bullshit.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, he's still young, so.
Did they rule? I mean, I saw yesterday he tried to give it a go.
Yeah. So he's
look
not
good. So I don't think he's gonna. Yeah.
So game 4, Atlanta wins.
I was looking good though up until that point. It looks like Atlanta. I almost called it to the T. I said Atlanta and Phoenix would be the NBA's like worst nightmare, and it looks like it was coming to fruition. And
it still might.
I know it still might, but yesterday's game, I don't know.
Yeah,
man. They had to win that game.
They got smoked. Well, it looks like Trae Young might be able to play. So all right. So Game 4, they actually blow out the Bucks. Giannis hurts his knee in the game.
Yeah.
Hyperextended it. No real damage.
And yesterday's game was the battle of both teams, no superstars.
Well, Middleton is still an all-star, right?
All right, yeah, I'll give Middleton.
I mean, it just showed that the Bucks have better players.
Well, they always felt that they were.
I think
built to contend for a championship.
I think it's the Bucks championship to win with Giannis. Without Giannis, I don't see how.
So you think if Milwaukee wins, they roll through the Suns?
I think with a healthy Giannis, they can shut down Ayton, because then they could put Giannis at the 5. Remember, if you look at the teams that are playing the Suns, right? If you look at the Clippers didn't have a big man. All they had was Zubac. Zubac ended up getting hurt. When Zubac did play, he played Ayton okay, but he got into injury. He got into foul trouble. When he played the Lakers, when Anthony Davis was healthy, they were able to stop him.
I don't think Ayton is the key to the Suns, though.
No, but I'm saying Ayton is the easy basket guy. So Ayton's shooting like 70% for the playoffs, something like that. He's the easy basket guy.
But I also think that his body and athleticism gives.
Think about it. So
gives Giannis fits.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, because he'll have to close out. He'll be down low. He'll have to basket hang. But if they put Giannis at the 5, he got to come out to guard Giannis. If they put him at the 5,
he's athletic enough to stay with him.
I don't know. No way. Giannis he's passing guards. No way. That's not. And then you have Lopez that can spread the field out. So I'm just saying they have big men that can spread it out.
Yeah.
Take Ayton out the middle. At the same time, they have if he has to guard Lopez can shoot the 3, and Lopez has a big enough body where he can contend some of his shots.
But this is the thing.
They have Lopez. Right. They have.
They're playing the Hawks now, and they're trying to get into this 3-point battle, and sometimes it just doesn't go.
Yeah, but
well
what did
the Bucks.
What did they do yesterday?
Now you're going against one of the best shooting 3-point teams.
No, but Atlanta's one of the best shooters. Atlanta's good too.
And hold on, I don't make sure I don't lower the speed on our internet.
But I think the Atlanta can shoot threes too. I'm just saying. I think matchup wise.
No, that's my point, Josh. I think now you're going up against a better 3-point shooting team.
I think matchup wise, just if you're looking at the backcourts, Drew Holiday and Middleton, I think they're good enough to go at Booker and Paul. I think Paul and Booker are probably a little better, but they're good enough to go at them. Then you have Crowder. Crowder would have to guard would have to guard Giannis, which he's scrappy. He probably can do some damage to him. But if he gets into foul trouble,
So you would say Bucks in 6?
I think Bucks is 6.
Okay.
I
I can see it.
Now, don't
You
get me
made
wrong.
it sound like they were gonna
No.
steamroll.
Now, if they don't have Giannis, I like the Suns. Now we're talking about as if the Bucks get there. If Atlanta gets there, Trey comes back and Atlanta gets there.
Based off of what I saw yesterday,
I
I
don't-
don't think Trey's coming.
I don't think so either. But if Atlanta gets there, I think I'm saying the Suns in 5. I think Atlanta wins 1 game.
I think it would be interesting to see Atlanta win. It's tomorrow, right?
I would like it to be Atlanta Phoenix because then it'll be our first
Actually,
championship.
we should double check because I want to make sure they're not playing now.
No, there's no game today. There's definitely no game
Okay.
today. Yeah. Atlanta. I would like to see Atlanta Phoenix because then, like I said, it would be the first championship
But
for each one of them.
if yes,
That'd be dope.
if Trey's healthy, I want to see great basketball.
Oh yeah.
I want to see great basketball. So
Yeah.
if Trey's not healthy, I don't want to see Atlanta. And and same goes for Milwaukee.
Yeah, I
if
don't
Giannis
want-
is not healthy, I don't. I want to see.
What if? Hold on. How about this?
Oh,
What
it is tomorrow. It is
I
tomorrow.
know. What if? Because Kendrick Perkins has been saying that Middleton is the Batman to Giannis is Robin. My argument is, just from us, from when we're playing, and I'm bringing this.
There are
Dave up.
no grown men in the
Dave in his
NBA.
prime, right? When you play with a person like Dave,
Yeah.
I could be having a better game than Dave, which is rare. But I could be having a better game because they're paying attention to Dave.
Yeah. That's the
So
point.
with
Yeah.
Giannis, Middleton's going off because they're paying attention to Giannis.
That's true,
But-
but you cannot disrespect Middleton
I'm
because
I'm not disrespecting, but I'm
I've
saying
seen him make countless
I'm not. But he's
tough shots.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's not number one. Giannis is. Now, in saying that, if the Bucks pull off this championship without Giannis, what does that say about him?
So I honestly, I mean, I don't care if I get flamed for this. He's the best all around player on that team. Period. Like
Middleton?
create his own shot.
Middleton or
yeah.
Giannis?
I
He's not consistent. That's what I like about him.
but I feel that Giannis is more similar to, I shouldn't even say a young LeBron because even a young LeBron had better jump shot ability.
Giannis is just
or
very.
better-
He's like a Shaq type player.
Yeah.
Where he's very
Yeah.
dominant,
yeah,
but
And-
he's limited.
exactly, and that's my point. I feel that Middleton is the key to that Bucks team, and Holiday. Holiday has had some huge games when they really needed him to.
Yeah. And against the Nets, that last game, he got busy in the fourth quarter.
But I agree with what you're saying. You have to double up Giannis, or he's just gonna go off. So I understand exactly what you're saying. Because of that attention, everybody else night is easier,
Yeah.
and that completely agree with you. Completely agree
So
with you.
I mean, we'll
I just feel that Middleton is definitely the best overall player on that team. Like just what
I
he
think
can do.
if you take away the shooting, he's definitely a very good shooter. I didn't see him guarding Durant. I didn't see him defending the best players.
Well-
They have PJ Tucker for that.
Well, but that's why I said the best all around,
I-
like overall.
I still
Like he can do a little bit of everything, and he does enough scoring, obviously, clearly, that it makes him that much better.
all right. Okay.
It's not by much.
No,
I agree
I can
with
see where
that
you're coming from,
statement
but I
that
don't-
they
I don't
said.
know if I agree
so
with
they
that.
called him Batman and Giannis Robin.
I don't see how that.
I think that statement is accurate.
Nah, I'm not going with that. I think Giannis is the Batman. Giannis is a better player. But you know what? I don't think that either one of them are ones.
I don't. Well, first of all,
They
let's
have two
clarify.
very good number
This team
twos,
this team is definitely very good. I don't think either of them can win without each other. I think they both need each other. But I think if you take Middleton out of that team, and I think we saw that last year, didn't Middleton get hurt? And they were just doo-doo without him. He really means that much to the offense.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. So,
And it's different now. They played last night without Giannis, and it didn't slow him down because
now they look good.
Brook Lopez had a big game.
They look good. They look good.
So you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they look good.
I feel like, to prove your point,
But
they
were
can
at
still
home
win
too.
without him.
They were at home too. I mean, They were at home. Atlanta.
We're gonna find out.
We'll
We're
see.
gonna find out tomorrow. We will
without
find out
without Trey, I
tomorrow.
don't think they have a chance.
But either way, NBA playoffs
Yeah.
are fantastic.
Definitely. All right. In NFL news.
Wait, NFL news. Oh, you have to put me on.
We briefly talked about it. Josh Gordon,
Ooh, okay.
multiple drug test failures in the past. He is trying to get reinstated. He already put in his paperwork. Now,
You said I gotta get that Stephen A. drop.
Man,
Stay
no,
off the weed.
but he has been his defenses in the last 3 months. He has signed up for random drug testing, and he has passed. Hasn't failed one test.
Oh, let's clap that
Yeah.
up. Even though it may be short lived, but I'll applaud.
Talk about
I'll
somebody
applaud
that had
yeah.
a shit ton of chances.
No, a shit ton of chances and just freakish athletic
No,
ability.
he's great.
He's a beast.
I'm
Oh,
hoping he
man,
comes
bro.
back in the Niners grab him because I don't think we have a number one receiver. So I would love for us to grab him. I'm
Well,
just
how
saying,
about just comes back and plays?
yeah, plays for the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might end up playing for Tampa because I think.
Oh my
I think
God, everybody plays for fucking Tampa.
No, I know, but I'm
No,
just
but I don't
saying,
think him. Him and actually he had a.
Yeah, he had a relationship with Brady. I think like I think he ends up.
I don't think he goes there. If he goes there, he's not going to get the. They have 3 elite receivers and
You
2
said
elite
there's
tight ends.
there's too much weed in Florida. There's too much weed
There's
in
too
Tampa
much.
around them.
He might go back to Seattle. Maybe Seattle takes him back. I hope not. That fucking division is stacked.
Well, Seattle has legalized marijuana. That's even worse, bro. Come on, man.
Well, he can't come to San Francisco because California is legal too.
Exactly, Josh. You're naming all these
so
places
where
where weed
is-
is everywhere.
So you want him to go to the Giants?
No, he's got to go to Green Bay,
Wow, he wouldn't be bad on Green Bay with Devontae
the
Adams.
middle of nowhere. And actually, no, that doesn't work either. Because if you're stuck in a blizzard, what's left to do but smoke weed?
Listen, good luck to Josh Gordon. We don't know where to send you. According to
I know.
According to Mr. Frank White over
we
here,
got to send it to Alaska.
no, you got to send it to another planet. Last week, unfortunately, we weren't able to talk about this because the connection got fucked up.
Yes,
But
and it's still messed up, guys. I know it's choppy. If it's choppy, let us
person
know.
in Massachusetts, was it Massachusetts again? I lost the article. A $38 bill left a $16,000 tip.
Wait, 16,000 or 1,600?
$16,000 tip.
16.
Told the young lady, do not spend it all in one place. I wanted to bring this up last week because because the place has a policy of all tips get split amongst the staff, which is, I guess, if you work for the establishment, you have to go with it. But I would be fucking pissed if somebody says, "Listen, I want to give you this 16,000, and you got to share it with everybody." I would be fucking livid.
Yes and no, because I'm sure that's probably the first and only time that's ever happened.
Exactly. That I quit. Give my 16,000. I quit for the. That's like a PPP check.
Well, I also feel like who is that person to say that? They can't say that. It's up to the
Owner.
No, it's not. It can't be up to the owner. That's impossible. There's no way.
Well, if the policy is that we split tips amongst everybody, then it's the owner. That's the
Oh,
policy.
if that policy was
That's
in
the
place
policy. Yeah,
beforehand,
it's the policy.
you gotta eat that, bro.
So
You gotta eat that.
that was last week. This week it's been put into the news that Ocho Cinco was at Havana's Cuban restaurant in Florida, and he had a $33 bill, and he left the young lady $1,000, and he had something funny words to say on the bottom. He has some funny words.
I think
to
it
say.
said something like check out my OnlyFans or something like that.
No, definitely wasn't that.
All right. I thought it might have been check out my
That's
OnlyFans.
fucking
All right.
it was something about I beat somebody in some sport a while ago. I don't know what it was. Whatever.
Wait, didn't he get knocked out? Didn't he get knocked out in that celebrity boxing? Or
Yeah, he
knocked
did.
out
Yeah, but he fought good. He didn't get knocked out, but he got dropped.
All right.
He definitely got dropped.
He's in amazing shape though too. By the way, did you
Yes.
see? Because I watch. Do you watch Cheetah's YouTube videos sometimes?
No.
They had one with him, T.O.
T.O.
Cheetah.
is in crazy shape.
Chad is also, but T.O. is in out. I mean, T.O. looks like he can still play right now.
Oh, look.
Just give him a contract.
He was racing against. He's only playing football against Deion Sanders.
No, he
camp.
raced the cheetah. That's what I'm telling you. One of the videos, it was crazy. I was like, bro, as old as he is, and he was still able to like keep up with him.
You saw Chad Johnson on that. What is that? The treadmill.
Yeah, it's bananas, bro. These guys are in ridiculous shape. I think they definitely got hated on by the league.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think it always comes to a point because there's no way these guys should not be in the NFL in some sort of way. I was glad that at least Tio got into the NFL.
Now. I mean, they might,
Yeah, but they definitely should be either coaching. They should be working.
They both know this league very well. Yes,
yeah,
they should. All right. Well, Chad Johnson, thank you for the wonderful tip to whoever it was. I wish it was me, but I don't work in that type of field. But that would have been great to get $1,000 for nothing.
Listen. If they don't get paid enough, so if they get a tip like that every now and then, God bless them, because if you ever, I don't know if you ever have, but if you ever had worked as a server, it can be at times very demeaning. And when you're around certain people who act that way, it's even worse. So in college, I did like catering service, and we would go to different locations, set up, serve, break down, and leave.
Okay.
But dealing with certain type of people was the reason that I literally walked out on a job.
Because you want to kill somebody, Paul.
Yeah, I literally wanted to assault someone, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, it was as if I'm better than you. That's the way that they carry themselves, and it was disgusting. I really wanted to like take the tray and just like smash it in this guy's face, and I was like, you know what? Like that was like that last day for me.
All right. Well,
that's what I said. It's like,
listen. That's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe I misspoke. I misspoke.
No, you didn't. I'm just saying that they don't.
Not for not doing nothing. I mean, obviously you're doing something. But it's a kind gesture. Not to mention $1,000 to him is probably like $10 to us. So, either way, thank you for it.
Yeah, facts.
And let's talk about probably the topic of the week. Bill Cosby has been released from prison after serving 3 of his 10 years that he was supposed to serve for.
Was it overturned?
No, it wasn't overturned. So what happened was, they used his testimony that he used with a prosecutor on the original case with the young lady that said he drugged him.
So there was a mistake by the prosecution that caused him.
There wasn't a mistake by a
released,
prosecution.
or?
So what happened was, the prosecution asked him. They made an agreement with him, saying, "We want you to admit to something. If you admit to it, you don't have to do any time." He admitted to it, and then
they used that testimony against him. Yeah, which is essentially illegal. They did make a mistake.
Double jeopardy.
Yeah,
That's double jeopardy.
Yeah.
So, just so that people know, some people are saying, "Oh yeah, he's free. I knew he was innocent or whatever."
But he's not.
This is not guilt. This is not a guilty or innocent thing. So
I was gonna ask if it was is it wrong to call him Bill Cosby? You could still call him Bill Cosby.
He admitted that he drugged one of these young ladies, and that's one of the things they used against him. Yeah. And then all these other women.
Well, that's where the nickname came from, Bill Cosby.
So
not Bill Cosby.
So this went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, if you don't know, have 7 judges. It was 6-1 in vote of the fact that he should be released because
the prosecution.
Of what the prosecution,
the prosecution made a mistake.
All right, again, we tried to explain last week with the law when we were talking about that asshole Chauvin and the time he got. You got to understand. I mean, I don't understand it, but when I read about it, I understand how they get these verdicts. Yeah. And the press can move it in whatever way they want to move it, but when you read into it, again, it wasn't a guilt or innocent thing.
Yeah.
He was still charged.
It was a mistake by the prosecution
it was a foul thing by the prosecution. So it's like this. It's like if let's just layman's terms. I tell you, yo, Ice, did you do something, right? If you tell me, you ain't gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
And then you tell me, all right, you're good. And then
well, this agreement also doesn't take place unless his lawyers are aware.
Clearly.
So I don't know how first of all, if you're a part of that prosecution,
congratulations, you played yourself.
Not prosecution, you mean defense. Because the defense team fucked him up.
No. His defense is the one that actually acknowledges, like, yo, you already agreed that this wouldn't be used against us.
But you know what's crazy? The regular court dismissed it. The appellate court dismissed it. It had to go all the way to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
For them to say, yo, this
Yeah.
is this.
Why?
The foul thing about
because that's the one thing I will say. Even though there's some judges that have personal agendas, at the end of the day, the Supreme Court is going to rule by the book.
And the foul thing behind this, right? Okay, so when this was happening 3 years ago, Me Too movement was heavy. The Harvey Weinstein whole situation with him was heavy. So they wanted blood. I'm not here to say innocence or guilt. I don't know what he did or what he didn't do. Obviously, he admitted to doing something to that.
I was
going
to say, well, technically, he's still guilty based off
he admitted
of
to
the
this
actions.
one.
Exactly, yeah.
He admitted to this
Yeah.
one woman, and then they used that. A bunch of other women came on and whatever. But the statute of limitation, meaning the statute of limitation is, again, put it in plain English, it means that if you've committed a crime, after a certain amount of time, you can't be charged for that crime.
Yeah.
So I think the only crime
In some states,
No, no,
some states, I think, it's
well,
shorter, longer, whatever.
Yeah, there's a limit. The only crime that you can be tried for at any time is murder. Unless you were acquitted for murder, then they can't try you again. If you were acquitted for any charge, they can't try you again. So the two things that were fucked up with this is he confessed, and they came to an agreement. He paid off or whatever, and he was gone, and they still charged him. That's double jeopardy. Then the second thing is the statute for what he was being charged for was already passed.
Yeah.
They still charged him for it. So if you set that precedent, meaning if you're setting that and you're saying, oh, we're going to charge you for stuff in the past,
Yeah.
then you should go back and charge a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Or you should uncharge people, if that makes any sense. Could go back and say, you know
Well,
what?
you should dismiss the
Dismiss
case.
the case.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that. So it almost feels like, again, it's not a guilt or innocent thing I'm saying. For it felt like he was being targeted.
You want the
low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, no, he was absolutely targeted.
So that's the only thing.
Weinstein was targeted too. But when you hear some of the stories, you understand why. Look at the Jeffrey Epstein situation. When you hear these crazy stories, you understand why. But I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, you guys didn't do your job, and because you didn't do your job, now you're trying to cover your ass, right? Like, that's essentially is what happens here, because they dropped the ball. And now, like, I agree with Josh. It's not a guilt or innocence thing. I don't even care if he got out or not. The reality is, it's not going to change the fact of what he did.
No, it's not.
Now, when it comes to the legality of it, you want to see things done properly by the book regardless. And if you don't like that, then you have the laws change, which is what we talk about, most of the time when some of this shit pops off. It's because the laws allow this to happen. Then how the case continued to keep happening. Yep. The judge in the original trial was supposed to go, that's not admissible.
Yeah, but this is what I'm telling you. So
there was multiple mistakes, not only by the prosecution, but by the judge, by the appeals court.
Of course.
But
this is what I'm saying. This is why he was targeted, because, like I said, it's
not targeted.
You
also got to understand something.
They wanted to make an example out of him.
No. You also don't want to be that judge or that prosecutor to have that movement coming after you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna. They know it's wrong, but they're not gonna make that decision. I'm not gonna make that decision and then have this whole movement target me. So of course it had to go to the Supreme Court, the only court where they don't care who has a personal agenda. It's what is the law say.
Okay, and since that's happened, if you guys know Felicia Rashad, she played Claire Huxtable. She played his wife on The Cosby Show. After he was released, she put out a statement in support of him coming out. I'm trying to find the tweet. Unfortunately, I can't find it for some reason. It might have been erased.
Yeah, but
But
due to her advanced age,
Hold on.
she may not be in the right frame of mind. I don't know if coming out
Well, anyway,
to publicly support someone who was still guilty of these
she
actions.
came out to support him, and the dean. She's actually a professor at Howard.
Wow, that's
the dean
that's
came
sus.
out, and the dean went after her.
Yeah, of course, as he should.
Oh yeah, so Felicia Rashad had a picture of him, and she wrote "finally" in exclamation points, and says, "Terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected."
That
now
she may be
hold
she
on.
may be talking about the legal aspects of it.
There you go.
But she should have clarified that
but this is
in her tweet.
But you know what? This is the problem with things now. Everybody's so sensitive. You can't say anything.
Yeah, but
without clarification.
You got to understand.
Why? We got to say
in her position, right? You're a professor at Howard University. You are looked at differently, right? And people look to you as a professor. Remember what I'm saying. You're a professor at a college like institution, a historic college institution at that. When you do or say something like that, it has an effect, period. Positive or negative, it's going to have an effect. And it's going to have an effect on your company or the school that you're working for. So you have to just think about it from that standpoint.
Hold on, I may be wrong. She may not. I don't know if she is a professor. She had some ties to it.
She may be a retired professor or some ties or loose affiliation. Either way, if she's known for this tie or connection, that's why they're gonna come out and go against it because it's wrong.
So and Howard came after her. She since has came out with a statement, and Howard says they're distancing themselves from any further discussion with Rashad. In May, Rashad was named Dean of the College of Fine Arts at Howard. So she's a dean.
That's even worse.
Yes. And then so she came on and said, "I fully support survivors of sexual assault coming forward. My post was in no way intended to be insensitive to their truth. Personally, I know from friends and family that such abuse has lifelong residual effects. My heartfelt wish is for healing." Okay.
She was speaking from like we've worked together for so long. You don't want to watch somebody go through that, you know?
You could take it for, I don't know. I just, people are too fucking sensitive.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just feel like
I think it's just sensitive.
I just feel like
I just hate people.
Sometimes, listen,
I love
don't
when I hate people.
hit send. All right? Don't hit send. That's it. Don't hit send. Some shit you say in your head or you say to your friends, but you don't put it on the internet, bro.
All right. Now let's get thoughts from Confucius Frank White.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Don't hit send, bro.
All right. I'm gonna end the show with a question of the week. This question is a little vulgar. It's definitely for the men, not the women.
So we're gonna be sexist now.
No, that's
he ends a fucking Bill Cosby segment, and then decides
I'm
to.
curious. I'm curious. So this is the question I'm gonna ask you, and I didn't tell you about this, so I'm gonna totally throw you off. So I just in Isaac defense, he does not know what I'm about to ask him.
Well, you're asking me or you're asking everyone?
I'm asking you and I'm asking everyone. But
okay.
whoever's still here, because we started so
all right,
damn
hold
late.
On.
I want all the smoke.
It's gonna throw him off. I'm telling you. You have two women that you're crushing on. You're both beautiful women. You want both of them, right? You're attracted to both of them. We're single now.
What's wrong with the sandwich?
No, we're single now.
Okay.
That's my question
all
to
right.
you. Would you rather have a threesome with these two women, or would you rather have them each individually separately?
I'm a red-blooded American. Who says no to a threesome?
And why? You don't gotta explain why.
What kind of? Hold on. Who says why?
All right. Okay.
Who says why? Now, hold on. if you're talking about like long-lasting
Hold on.
relationship,
Hold on.
exactly.
I'm talking about you can
If
have,
you're just talking about,
you can pick. You can either have sex with them
listen.
as a threesome, or you
I
get to-
already
you get
know
to-
that Josh can't hang out with Trevor Bauer.
Well, I'm
You
not
can't hang
punching
out
him
with
in the
Trevor
face.
Bauer. You can't hang out with him because you can't relate.
Oh, so you could.
You got
You
it.
could.
Yeah, because you're already answering this question wrong. All right. Do you want them separate? Are you trying to romance
All right.
these people
I'm-
individually?
all right, so listen.
No.
I see it like
So-
this. Oh, because you know what?
You can still experience them separately, but at the same time.
No. This is how I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking it from a very practical point of view. Very practical point of view. All right? If I get them one night, both of them, time of my life.
Well, what kind of short night are
I'm
you
saying, no,
thinking
time
of?
of my life, all night, both of them, right? How many orgasms will I experience in that one night?
Hopefully many.
Okay. If I get them separately, I think I'm going to experience more orgasms separately than with them together.
You can't hang out with Trevor Bauer. This is exactly what
Dude,
I'm talking about.
I don't want to hang out with that fucking nut.
I do. I want to hang out with Trevor Bauer. I'm choking and punching. No, let me stop.
Yeah.
Listen.
You know Isaac.
Listen.
What's the name called? The Isaac safe word.
Oh, my,
Bunyet?
Yeah. No.
They gonna
No.
be punching Isaac.
Bunyet?
Yo, guys, thank
Listen.
you for tuning in.
Listen. If you
I'm going with taking
Listen.
both of them at different times.
listen, Josh thought that I was going with the safe answer, and that was a it was a bad idea. I'm not going with the safe. Like, so if two people that I'm crushing on, and I get a chance to have
Both at the same time.
both at the same time.
Or one, each one by themselves.
So
I'm taking
just
each one
I'm
by
just
themselves.
saying
I've been trying both of them.
So if it was like Scarlett Johansson and give me another bad one, like Anne Hathaway or something like that.
I always go. Okay.
Exactly. So if I can have them separately, or are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Now, do you understand how bad of a decision you're thinking about?
No, I'm not.
It is the best.
I get to be with each one of them. I'm good. I don't.
You still get to be with each one of them,
No, but
and at the same time also.
No, but I'm gonna
So
be-
you get to have 4 different experiences.
You're gonna be too excited. That you're gonna be like, it's not
No,
gonna be the
no,
same.
you might be too
Oh, I'm
excited.
definitely be too- For sure.
You already know.
I'm definitely
Two pumps in, Josh gonna be like,
I'm done.
It's not my choice.
I try to hold on.
Nah, man. No. I can't listen. I want to hear the fellas' view on this. I want to know who's siding with Josh
Dude, I'm
and
telling-
who's siding with me and Trevor
I'm greedy. I
Bauer.
want to. This guy's
Who's
nuts.
siding with me and Trevor
This guy's
Bauer?
nuts. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 20, by the way. We should have took a shot or something or whatever.
yeah.
All good. 20
We forgot
episodes
about
in.
that. We
Ice.
forgot about that. We could
20
do
episodes in?
25. We could do
We do that
25.
25.
We could do it at 25. But unfortunately, the Mets and Yankees and Mother Nature let us down.
It's all good.
This background was supposed to be so dope, and we were supposed to talk
still
about
is
the
dope.
game.
The background's
while
still dope.
I know.
Still
but
dope.
but-
Either way.
Next week, sir.
Peace.
What up, Bushwick? What up, Brooklyn?
Sandwich action, baby.
I'm greedy.